Hey everybody, happy Power 30. I hope everybody has great things planned for this weekend. Boy, is Christmas nearing. And even more so the New Year. It's so crazy to me. It's like that happens so fast. Hang on, sorry, moving the camera a little bit. That happens so fast. Unbelievable. So today, one of the things that kind of really hit me, because you know, when you're around a lot of people for the holidays, or when you're around a lot of people in the store or in the parking lot fighting for a spot, or the counter, you know, people running for the line that, you know, maybe a checker comes, and you know the rules, right? The person who's been standing in the back in the line gets to go first in the line that opens up. They're not feeling it. They're not feeling it this holiday. They're all trying to jump ahead. So one of the things I want to talk about is, you know, making sure that our labels and the things that we have identified ourselves with actually match what we're looking for, actually match who we are or who we're identifying ourselves to be. I notice, you know, on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere you can kind of put yourself like a label, some people have really gotten creative with what they've called themselves. I see a lot of women still wanting the same thing. You know, they're like, hey, all I want is a good man, a man to take care of me, a man that's good, a man that doesn't cheat, a man that's this, a man that. I see the men saying the same thing. All I want is a good woman. All I want is somebody who will be there for me, and blah, 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 blah. I understand that. I mean, at the end of the day, I hope nobody's going to stand up and say, you know what, I just want somebody who's going to be wild and bring me drama and tear my mouth out through a divorce. I don't think anybody's going to stand up and say that. But I think some people can also pay a little closer attention to what they're asking for and how they're acting as opposed to what they think that they're acting like and what they think that they're saying. A part of that goes with, you know, the whole, okay, this is my handle or my name or my whatever, or here's my picture that I'm going to put on social media. You know, let's just play around a little bit. You know, if you're saying that you're Sexy Margaret or Bullheaded Dan or Dirty Diana or Jealous Joe or Heartthrob, you know, Ron or All Night Rhonda or Shotgun Jack or No Good Bill, yeah, so I mean, you're putting yourself out there. And then for you ladies, you know, some of us are, you know, wanting this good man and this virtuous, where's my Boaz and where's this and where's that, and you guys are out there in, like, you know, your fishnets and, you know, your new nipple piercings and your, you know, all this good stuff, saying, you know, here we go, shots, and then on Sunday morning, you know, you're like, what a better life than this. So you're sending confusing signals, and I think it's very important that we look at what we're saying. What are we saying about ourselves? What are we saying to other people? What do we really want? Are we saying we want one thing but we don't want? Hey, if you don't want, you know, some of these people or great partnerships or a different type of person or whatever it is, then basically walk the walk or talk the talk. You're gonna do one of the two. So hopefully they're in alignment and you're doing what you want to do, and you know, you mean what you say and say what you mean. However, we know how that goes. You know, there's different types of love, and I think this is where we kind of get caught up in it too, because I know I didn't really know too much about it until I looked a little deeper into it. So with us, you know, we say love and we just think love is love, but the Greek kind of had it a little more figured out, and to me anyway, in my opinion. And one of the things they said is there's, you know, one of the things I read is there's 4 different types of love in this particular situation. And you have the eros love, which is E-R-O-S, which is the I'm in love, you know, I'm in lust. This is your 15, 16-year-old, your first, you know, sweetheart type of thing. This, however, is something I think we all think that we need to feel, and when that feeling is gone, we start to disconnect with the relationship or disconnect with the situation. When in fact, this type of love isn't the one that kind of stays together anyway. It falls apart under pressure. It's the one that says, I like it when it feels good, but when the tough gets going, I'm out. It's not something you go out looking for. You don't go, hey, you know, I need that eros love. I need the one that's going to hit hard, and then, you know, we just, you know, that's it. Unfortunately, that's usually what it's probably good for, because it's a very physical form of attraction. It's a very, you know, eros, you know, erotic. It's not the type that's built to last. I'm not saying you don't need a little sprinkle of that in the other type that we'll talk about, but what I am saying is this particular type of love I think we've all ran into, and this is the one where we go, oh, I thought this person was this, this, and this, and 2 months down the line they're this, this, and this, because we attach somebody's level of importance and level of ownership with the way that we felt momentarily, because we had this bliss, right? We're like, oh, this is heavenly, this is perfect, so this person must be here for the long haul. This person, this has got to be my Prince Charming, you know. And then all of a sudden, true colors come out, you guys. I mean, it's not like you can hold back who you are or your intentions. Here's the thing. At some point, it took two to feel that way. You both had to feel like there was, you know, fireworks going off and that there was, you know, steamy situation, you know, because that's what that one is about. The other one is philos, which is like the friendship. It's like you want to go hang out with somebody because it feels good. You guys have a lot of things in common. You're able to chill with them. You're able to feel good about being around them. Maybe it's the type of friend to where you're like, hey, I heard such and such is sick. I'm going to go take them some soup. I'm going to go do this or that. Or, hey, they have card night at their house. I like to go there. And the thing with that, this isn't your forever love either, because this is the type of love that it can be conditional. Let's say that they get married and they change on you, and so you guys no longer hang out. Let's just say that you guys start to see two different types of point of view on raising your children, so you stop hanging out as much. This is the person to where it's just simply that. It's like it's a friendship that can come or that can go, but it's enjoyable while you're in it, but you're not in love with it like you were when we're talking about Eros. It's not the same as that. The other kind is storage, which is pretty much what you have for your kids. You know, they have their own place, that you protect it. You know, it's the type of love that's, it's an ownership and belonging type of love. So you're in it, they're in it. It's a storage type of love. It doesn't, you know, it's pretty permanent. Obviously, I mean, you never lose love for your kid regardless of what you go through. So it's a storage. Last but not least is agape, and I know the first time I'd heard about this, I believe, was in church. And I always heard it, you know, the number one thing I thought when I heard agape was, you know, unconditional. Unconditional, I think we learned the meaning of that throughout our life, because we learn truly what unconditional is as we grow. So with agape, the one thing I would tell you is it's the type of love that no matter how somebody treats you, no matter how somebody acts, you still love them regardless. You still treat them with the same regard, even when they're in the wrong. That's some pretty tight stuff. That there takes a lot of, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of belief in a person to even think that, you know, you behave in a certain way that stems to another human regardless of their action, regardless of what they're doing. You can dislike the person and still, you know, want the most with them and still love them. And I think we've done that. You know, I've been in a relationship to where I didn't really like the person at all, but I loved them unconditionally. So the love didn't stop. Maybe I didn't want to, you know, keep the conversation going anymore, but the love didn't stop. And if you really, you know, get to where you're at a point and you're there, and sometimes this has happened to me too, where I thought I really did love somebody in the sense that it was going to be that way, but then when we got to that certain point or that certain argument, like everything in my heart turned ugly for them. I didn't see them in the same way. So that love wasn't founded. It wasn't the agape type of love anyway. It was the Eros type of love. And I know for me, that's probably the hardest one to mistake, because we all like to feel good. It's not like we want to go around feeling bad. I mean, we want to feel good. So it's very easy to mistake it, but I've seen this type of love. This is the one where you get your heart broken. Eros is where you got your heart broken in high school and you cried and you didn't eat and all that good stuff. Well, that happens to us as an adult too. As an adult, because that a lot of people will say, and I've said this, I've totally said this, that, you know, I want the type of love that I had when I was a kid. Well, the thing is, the type of love we had when we were a kid, we didn't have kids, we didn't have bills, we didn't have work. We got to fall in love. We got to skip school together for a day, or we got to, you know, hang out on a Friday night because, you know, everybody let us go and we thought it was great to go to the arcades. And so the thing about that is, don't lose that. Once you do have the person in your life that you're ready to fulfill with that agape love, and it's earned and you guys are ready and it's what it is, don't lose the Eros part either though. That's so very essential, because keep falling in love with each other over and again. Court each other. Don't make it be a reason to keep on appreciating marriage. It's like, don't look at marriage like the end sentence, like, okay, this is it, you know, we're married now. Don't stop working for your partner. Don't stop loving them. Don't stop dating them. Don't stop courting them. Don't stop treating them like the 15, 16-year-old People will complain that things got dry, but who do you blame? I mean, if you're both there in the relationship, like, who do you blame? So let's go back to round it out. You guys, if you're at a point in your life where you're really looking for something that you want, make sure that your identifiers, your markers, your labels, your pictures, your name, before you walk into 2019, maybe some of you have a goal in 2019 to, you know what, hey, it's my year to settle down. Hey, it's my year to meet my better half. Hey, it's my year to find me. Hey, it's my year to, whatever your year is, you need to be able to identify the different types of love. You also need to be able to identify and be in touch with what you're trying to attract. What is your magnet saying? You know, what's going on with you? What are you trying to do? I mean, if your name is, you know, Bad Kitty Kate, I mean, you know, and you got yourself up there in your leggings and you're half dressed, and then in your post you're saying, you know, I'm looking for the man of my dreams. Where's he at? I'm a good woman. I work. I do this. Okay. What I'm saying is, save some mystery for somebody who's worth it. Don't give it all to the world. Save yourself a little bit. Let somebody want to see you for who you are, if that's really what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for the Eros type of situation and you want to, you know, hit or quitter or whatever you want to do, that's on you. But I'm more so looking at those that I have seen, because, you know, you watch social media and you see all this and you're like, God, you know, I feel you, because, you know, there's a point, I think, in our life where we all kind of look for partnership. And so I think it's just important that whatever energy you're putting out there, whatever energy you're sharing, whatever you're doing, that is still a part of who you are. I mean, I get some people that are like, oh, Amy, I mess around with, you know, social media. That's really not me. Or, you know, I'm this type of guy or this type of girl, whatever the case is. And I'm going, but somewhere inside of you, it was okay to look that way or share that message or talk that way or do whatever. Oh, I just play on social media. The way you play on social media is the same way you're going to play around people. And if it's not, then maybe you should be who you say you are. Just a thought. Anyway, thank you for joining Power 30. I do want to wish you guys a wonderful Christmas. I will try to do a few more before then. Not that I'm busy, but I know that you're busy. And make sure you tell yourself at least 2 times a day, before you rise and before you go to sleep, I can. I will. And I am worth it. God bless you guys. Have a good one.